Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between InControl and Draco here on Talcross 1.1. This is from the 2016 StarCraft Holiday Bash. It was a good time on Twitch and they released their replays, so let's relive some of the Holiday Bash from 2016. Left side, up. On Talcross is the yellow Protoss player Draco. He is a Polish Protoss player. He is 31 years old today. He was one of the very few foreigners who were able to compete with the best Korean pro gamers when he played. And he retired professionally from Brood War in February 2010. And in the bottom right-hand corner is the orange Zerg player. It is InControl, playing under his alternate ID, Barristan the Bold, which is a name from Game of Thrones, or more specifically, A Song of Fire and Ice. This was played in 2016, so I'm not sure when he created the username, but man, is A Song of Fire and Ice ever going to finish, you guys? Like, is George R.R. Martin ever going to get around to completing the series? What's he got? 3 more books to do? 2 more books to do? It's Winds of Winter that would be next, but man, he just has no interest in finishing the story, does he? Which is why, like, people get mad as it's a pool first here out of InControl. What was a 9 pool? 8 pool, maybe? No, 9 pool. Straight up 9 pool here. 1 Overlord on the map. But people are like, well, we'll just wait until Martin finishes his story. And it's like, look, man. Was it 2012 the last book came out? It has been a long time. And here's the thing. If Martin hadn't written anything, you'd be like, well, he's got writer's block. He, he's not quite sure where to go with this. But he's been writing other stuff. I mean, he's able to do little compendiums and little backstory things about his universe and do a bunch of world building. But he can't do anything with the story. And I really worry that he just wrote too much of it. He just wrote too much of the story. His 6 things are on the way. The probe's going to scout this, though. And he doesn't know how to finish it up and wrap it up and tie it up nicely and neatly. And I feel like he's stuck is where he is. I'd like to see him just attempt it at least. But if he just feels like he can't do his fans justice, I'm not sure what the problem is here. So, speed's on the way. Immediately pulled workers off gas. The probe gets here and sees the Zerglings coming in and says, ah, yes. Well, I'm going to throw up 2 cannons. Thank you very much. I'm going to delay my expansion because that is the smart thing to do here. And Draco will be just fine. This is why you probe scout, ladies and gents. This is exactly why. If you have Lings show up and you've got maybe 1 cannon and your Nexus is on the way, you're going to die. Those Lings will kill that 1 cannon and then they kill this pylon, and then you're pretty much toast at that point. You can't really get anything up here. Too many Lings. They will continue to flood across the map, especially if they get that first pylon. This is a lot of Zerglings that InControl has dedicated to the rush that is not even happening right now. Dude, he's making more Zerglings. He really wants to kill this probe, so the probe can't see how many links he's making, but the probe is doing an excellent job staying alive. I say that right about as it's going to die here. Speed is finishing, and probe is going to say sayonara. There's the speed, and the probe is like, juke! This is the most... Wow, that was some really excellent probe control in the face of that many Zerglings, especially once they got speed. Their probe lasted a long time. So another cannon, maybe just a gateway here for additional walling. The Zerglings have to kind of squeeze through here one at a time. Look at all of these Zerglings. InControl, you are memeing so hard right now. This is something I would do on ladder, not InControl, one of the best Zerg players ever in Brood War. Crikey. I mean, wow, this is really interesting stuff. If you haven't heard, InControl did unfortunately pass away earlier this year, which I'm pretty bummed about, but I figured the best way to honor his memory is by casting his games and showing how awesome he was at StarCraft. So this is 2016, when he's officially retired as well. He's commentating a ton in StarCraft 2, especially. And this is just, you're not getting through here. 2 cannons, probes walling up. What is on the way? A Zealot? Oh, yeah. Zealot can hold that all the live-long day. Can one Zealot hold this gap is your question. Another probe scout comes in, sees what's going on, doesn't see a quick lair, does see the gas. A 3rd base coming up and a natural base here for InControl. So he's trying to make up for the fact that he made a ton of Zerglings and got literally nothing done with it. I mean, killing 1 probe, sure, that's nice, I suppose. But it's 20 to 12 workers right now. It is a 2-basing Protoss economy. And Draco is as up as you are ever going to be in a game of StarCraft, especially in a PvZ. Zerglings are like, hey, stop it. Stop scouting my stuff. I really want to do things without you seeing it. And this probe is not interested in allowing that to happen. Although the probe is gone now, so what he cares about is not really a concern. Did he cancel a thing? and immediately started a lair. I heard a cancel sound. What? Oh, I don't want to rewind. I hate rewinding. Did you guys see that? He just played a mind game, I think. At the very least, he waited until the probe was dead to start his lair. I heard a cancel sound, but I don't know what it was. Ah, it's driving me crazy. All right, well, what are you going to do here if you're Draco? At this point, you're playing blind. You know your opponent didn't have a lair, at least up until about 30 seconds ago. So what's he going to do? I mean, you have a lot of options. You can go, well, here we go. Cybernetics, Core Stargate. Going to start with Corsairs in case it is Mutalisks. And Corsairs are good for killing Overlords anyway, so just standard opening is all you're going to want here. Second gas coming in out the natural base. Third base, you're just droning up a little bit. And so far, so good, I would say, out of InControl. Hey, did you know that I play out, actually here on YouTube.com, on my channel /Falcon Paladin, live games. I stream live playing StarCraft Brood War with my fans. If you want to join, just basically on Saturdays is when I do it. Saturday U.S. time. And I think Saturday basically everywhere in the world because I start pretty early. Anyway. Corsair scouting, sees the spire, sees the gas, sees the lair, says, okay. So at the very least, this is going to be a couple Scourge to deal with this Corsair, which is really annoying, and it'd take 42 hits to kill the Overlord. Anyway, if you want to come hang out, it's just here, youtube.com/Falcon Paladin. You can actually set up a reminder to be notified when I'm going to schedule my next live stream, and then have that pop up on your phone so you can be remembered that that's happening. So check it out. I also cast submitted games, so if you want your game on the ladder or wherever to be cast by Falcon Paladin, send it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Brood War, and there's a good chance it will be cast. If you come show up and you're like, hey Falcon, that's my replay, it's going to be even better chance that that will happen, that I'll cast it. So, double Corsair cruising around here. That Spire is just about done. We will see some of them Scourge coming out sooner rather than later, starting now. Ooh, Mutalisk. Instant Mutalisk. No Scourge at all. I don't know about this play. It is a bit of a mind game here. Like you're expecting Scourge. But if 6 Mutas come out and they split well enough, then these Corsairs are actually going to be in a lot of trouble. Handful of Hydras are out. Right? Oh, and there are some Scourge too. Okay, so it's not just going to be Mutas, which is fine. That's a lot of Zealots, man. That is a lot of Zealots, guy. Is he going for legs or do you already have legs? I don't know. Getting some cannons up, worried about Scourge possibly, worried about Mutalisks possibly, and cannons are going to help immensely with that situation. Zealots do have legs. Look how zippy they are. They're going to come down and try to kill this stuff. Now, this third base is in a lot of trouble. There's not much here to defend. The Zealots are coming down in record pace because they have the legs upgrade. And is that even... That's a sunken colony coming in now. One sunken, a handful of Zerglings, and a couple Hydras. Here goes nothing. Going right after the sunken, getting a full surround on it. The Mutas are trying to stop this. The Mutas aren't actually very good at killing Zealots, but there are enough of them to chase the Zealots away. They don't want to die for nothing. They might be able to get this hatch, but with the number of Mutas in the sky, it is not a guaranteed kill. And you want to keep your Zealots alive for further battles. If they all die killing that hatch, then suddenly the ground push from InControl later is going to be a lot more powerful. So I like that choice to back out. Better safe than sorry. DT is out, actually. Okay, liking that. Liking to see a DT come down and can see what he can get done. Although, I mean, there's an Overlord here, so it's not like you're going to have much better luck than the Zealots did, I suppose. But InControl doing a great job, man. He's got a macro hatch coming up. He's down 84 to 67 total supply, which is to be expected, considering, again, all of the Zerglings he made for absolutely no purpose in the early stages of the game. See, that DT was like, hey, man, I could come down and get some stuff done. No, man, there's an Overlord. What are you even trying to do here? So we have seen InControl in the past be able to basically get wins with essentially Hydra Lurker against Protoss and against Terran. It's hard to do, and I think in the end of the game, the last one that I cast with him where he tried that, he did end up having to get Defilers for Dark Swarm and whatnot, because, well, Defilers are your game enders. The longer the game goes on, the more often, and the more likely it is you're going to need Defilers at some point. If you can kill your opponent in the first 10 or 15 minutes, sure, you can do it, but the longer it goes on from there, the more you're going to need the Dark Swarm, you're going to need the Plague, you're going to need Defilers all over the place, causing a lot of just good things to happen for you as Zerg. Now, Corsairs are hunting something. Hunting Overlords for one. Hunting Mutalisks for another. I mean, that's a lot of mutas, but the splash damage is for real. Look at this. Okay, so I kind of like this. All right, pulling back into the cannons. Scourge count, somewhat insane. This is a lot of Mutalisks out of InControl. This is a lot of Mutalisks out of InControl. Single Dark Templar says, please don't have an Overlord with you. And there is not an Overlord with this group. Do they have speed? I'm not. Oh, they do have Overlords, do have speed. All right, so that's good news. But it's just more Corsairs in production, more Zealots in production here, too. I think he's going to try to bum rush this third base with a ton of Zealots sitting on their +1 attack and their legs. And there's a ton of Corsairs and try to win the engagement that way here at the third base. The problem is, the longer this goes on, the more Zerg player is pretty comfortable with things. He's sitting on 3 bases. He's getting up there in worker count, getting up to 37, 40 workers. He's been down a lot throughout most of this game, but so far the catching up thing is working out for him. This is a really nice third base if you can handle it, Draco. The Mutas are going to say, no, how about you not have a third base? I'm going to shut this down. That poor probe doesn't even stand a chance. The Muta count is insanely good. Zealots are like, all right, well, we can't do anything about this, but maybe our High Templar buddies can. Is this too fast? Why do I feel like this is like on ×2 speed? I saw it on the DTs. Man, sometimes the game just starts up and the speeds are different and it throws me off. Is this regular? Yeah, this is faster. You know what the problem is? I go back and forth between casting StarCraft 2 and Brood War a lot. And StarCraft 2 is just generally faster overall, and so the units move quickly, and it seems normal to me when I load into Brood War and it's on ×2 speed, apparently. Holy crap. That was crazy. Okay, well, this game might be a little bit shorter than I thought it was. The Mutas move in as soon as the army moves out, and suddenly Draco's in a ton of trouble. Hey, here come the Corsair, but guess what? Ow, 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 ow. Scourge keeping you away from this mass Mutalisk play. Corsairs can't even really get decent hits off here. Ground Army says, fine, if you just want to kill my base, we'll base race you. Friend don't mind, but guess who has the Lurkers defending his natural? That's pretty good stuff. Third base may be in a bit of trouble. Oh boy, a lot of Mutas are going down. The Storm is a great combination here versus these Corsairs. A lot of these Mutas are injured, but all the Corsairs are now down. Zealots and DTs hammering away at the third base. They're going to wipe this out. Beautiful Storm, taking out a couple Mutalisks with that High Templar. Hatchery goes down. Natural base pretty well protected with Sunkens and Lurkers and whatnot. And Draco decides to get the heck on out of there. Oh, the comments are going to be so mad at me. You guys in the comments are going to be like, it's on ×2 speed. How can you not see that? And all I can say is just StarCraft 2, man. It's faster. It is faster StarCraft. I'm used to it. And I apologize. That's what we're going to do. 5 Dragoons in production. Dragoons pretty good against both Lurkers and Mutalisks. Really bad against Zerglings, though. Zergling's going to handle these Lings no problem, but the Lurkers are more of a problem. The Mutas are more of a problem, too. They get on top of these cannons before they can finish. That's massive. That is massive timing to get up here before these cannons finish from InControl, and the cannons do not finish, do not get a single shot off. And we're going to trade third base for third base here, although it's better for Draco to lose a third base than it is for InControl to lose his third base, because 2-base Protoss is pretty happy versus 2-base Zerg. I mean, this is something InControl needed to do, but it doesn't put him ahead. It puts him even now with the Protoss player, but by golly, 50 to 27 workers in right now. The Protoss player has so many probes, he doesn't know what to do with all of them. Yeah, once again, once there are these Dragoons out, Lurkers do not stand a chance unless they have Dark Swarm. And we're not going to do that today. Apparently no sign of going for a hive. No Defiler Mound at all. I thought those Hydras were moving a little fast. Stop kicking herself over its Falcon. You're okay. 3 cannons are not enough versus this number of Mutalisks. Corsair weakening them up, though, maybe. Maybe with that splash. Another Muta comes in. Doing some work. Doing some Protoss work. But the mutas are refusing to die. Observer comes in for some reason, and this is a massive Mutalisk attack. We're down to 33 probes. We just killed half of Draco's worker count right there, and then once the army shows up, we just fly out. No big deal. Zealots thought about going after the third base again, but the mutas pulled out of the main base in time. And let's see if Draco can retake his third here, because InControl is retaking his. And he's got a fourth base up to the north on the right side too, so that's pretty good. That is pretty nice to have that fourth base up and running. Sure, it's not really providing much income, but it's larva production. And it is potential mineral and gas income up there too. So armies, the mutas are like, hey, what up? You're going to go for another Nexus? How about you don't do that? How about with our mass Mutalisk, we kill you as a High Templar, lose a couple mutas in the process. That's probably a fair trade, and then force a cancel on your third base and just shut everything the heck down. This is turning into a pretty scrappy match. Like an intensely scrappy match right now. Neither player has a third base, although InControl's is actually coming up while Draco's is not. And I guess technically Draco has a third, but it's really a fourth. This is confusing, I know. I know it is. Alright, so mutas decide to come on in here. We're going to toss down a storm. Oh, the High Templar die without getting any storm off at all. Okay, this is, man, Draco had a stranglehold on this game. And just with his mass Mutalisk play, InControl has pulled back ahead in this match. I know he's down by 10 workers, but the fact that he has a third base, and the fact that he has a fourth base, and the fact that he has a giant Mutalisk army, of which there's really not much to stop it here. It's a handful of Dragoons, and that's it. I mean, they do have +2 attack, which is awesome. The mutas have +2 armor. Oh my gosh, the main base again. Just getting slaughtered every time Draco tries to move out. Bad things happen to him. Archon getting some nice splash damage in there. Cannon's getting some decent hits too. Couple mutas go down, but we still have, I mean, 11 of them. And they're, oh, brand new, fresh High Templar ready to get sniped. Tacking on into the natural base. Did you bring detection this time would be my question. The answer is, I don't think you did. Natural mineral line in trouble here too. High Templar don't have enough energy for Storm. All they can do is stand helplessly and watch. Third base going down. Natural base again protected by these lurkers. This secret base is really keeping InControl in this game right now. Dragoon trying to stand and fight here. But the probe count for Draco is now 23. It is below InControl's. Draco was just entirely unable to handle this mutaflock. I am just astounded at this. More probes going down at the main base. 17 probes remaining. Detection is here. Draco says, hey, you want to hang here with all your little Dragoon friends? All of your lurker friends? That link count is not super high. The mutas are going to engage in this. Dodging a bit of a storm there. Taking some serious damage there, too. No. Keep pushing, man. Why are you pulling back? That is not a good choice. I guess he's worried about the mutas swooping in and killing his third. In that case, okay. I mean, you killed a base, that's fine. You don't know about this one, though. Or you would have wandered over here and tried to kill it by now. Again, I can't tell what vision they have had in the past. I can tell you right now he doesn't have current vision on it. So we do have that information. Overlord says, ah, yes, a third Nexus is back. And the probe count is 16. It is 30 drones to 16 probes. And I think InControl has just won this game through sheer mass Mutalisk, which is what StarCraft 1 was a lot, you guys. If you don't know enough to remember StarCraft 1, StarCraft 1 was basically mass Mutalisk won every game for Zerg. And, okay, Brood War came out about 8 months later, so it wasn't like it was a long time. StarCraft 1 was the king of the block. They added Corsairs. They added, oh boy, they added Goliath range. They did a lot of things to make Mutalisks easier to counter, so this stuff didn't have to happen. But what's happening is InControl somehow doing it in 2016, where it shouldn't work. Ooh, that Archon getting some serious splash damage up on these mutas. The mutaflock thought they could handle it. No, says the +3 Archon with 39 damage splash against those mutas. That was brutal all of a sudden. handful of mutas come on up to try to shut this base down. Templar does not have energy for anything. Oh, hang on. Did toss the storm out. Why are there no cannons up here? I guess he doesn't have the minerals for him. Hey, check it out. You found sneaky fourth base. Very nice. What a chaotic game this is. This may very well get an epic tag, and then everybody can see, again, me forgetting that the game, or not realizing that the game is on ×2 speed for the first 10 minutes. But hey, doing our best. Cannons actually handling these lings. That link attack was not advisable. Zealots, kill those lings at the very least, my friend. Fourth base down. InControl, ladies and gentlemen, is down to 1 mining base. Ooh, Archon. Archon trying to get in there. No, it's taking splash damage from the mutas. He's got 1 HP and 1 shield, but he does chase the mutas away because there's only 3 of them. And 2 Archons are very scary versus Mutalisks, as we just saw. More mutas flying into the main base. At the very least, trying to stop the gas income of Draco up here. He's just, I'm going to live or I'm going to die with Mutalisks right now. That's his entire play. Once the Archon shows up, we get out of here. We go back to this base where there are Dragoons. And, oh, easy hits. Easy hits. Although that's a lot of mutas all of a sudden. Splash, splash. Splash, splash, splash damage. If InControl doesn't manage to take another base here, he's in a ton of trouble. This is an epic game. It is. Right now, it's getting an epic tag. I don't know what to tell you. We have not seen InControl lose on the channel yet, but he is in a dangerous, dangerous spot. With all of these Archons, all of these Dragoons, they all have +3 attack. And he's not taking a third base. I'm more worried about that than anything else right now. That Mutalisk does survive. Are we base racing? These mutas are trying to focus down the Cybernetics core. The Archon, oh, the Storm and the Archon doing some serious work. How does InControl have so many more mutas after losing so many mutas today? He's got at least 12 in that group. High Templar has enough energy for a Storm. Archon coming trying to stop this from happening. The pathing is messing the Archon up a lot, though. And any hits he can get are gravy at this point. Mutalisks regenerate health very slowly. Any kills you can get are good kills. It's 12 probes right now for Draco. 23 drones, but again, 1 base to 1 base economy. Well, technically kind of a... Oh, no, careful, careful there. Careful there, Mutalisks. They have further upgrades, the +1 attack and the +2 armor. But that, I mean, nothing else. Nothing else for upgrades right now. These are not 3/3 mutas or anything like that. Ooh, mutas do manage to find an Archon that is... Oh, an Archon that is merging. The merging is not complete. And without Corsairs to chase these things down... Wow. 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 10 kill Archon. MVP Archon. It is 76 to 66 workers, or total supply, rather. This natural is kind of sort of getting mined out. InControl does not feel comfortable enough to re-expand anywhere. Although, he's got the resources to do so. I'm very confused why he's not even making the attempt. Maybe he has, and I just haven't seen it, but there's not... I guess there's a DT wandering around, checking for bases and shutting those down as needed. Observer making sure the third base is not going to come up very easily. InControl, I kind of feel like this is him right now. This is a Muta-Ling strategy. The Archons are your mortal enemy here. 8 kills on that Archon. 10 kills on that Archon. He's gonna die, but he takes another couple Mutalisks with him. Only 4 in this flock, but they can kill probes, baby. They can absolutely kill probes. More mutas coming on in. This has been the day of the Mutalisk. 16 probes on the ground for Draco. Archon kind of trying to shut this down. They can't let the Mutalisks just base race you by themselves, I think is the idea here. Observer sees the third base coming up, and that immediately triggers Draco to come down and wipe it out if they can. Look at him just dodging this Archon. Just dodging as hard as they can. And Overlord gonna die just because these +3 Dragoons are so scary. He's seriously coming up. You're trying to deal... Oh, these Zerglings are trailing. Zerglings are trailing, but the Archons are enough to handle them. Oh boy, Archons are, let me tell you, enough to handle those Zerglings. Ugh, this is tight. This is a really, really close game. All of a sudden, bring the rest of your guys down. Kill this third base. Force a cancel at the least. Killing drones, maybe not as important as killing the hatch. Either way, the hatch is done. The mutas continue to fly around. This Archon has 1 kill. Ooh, a storm would be good here. Forced to summon themselves into an Archon, which you can't cancel. Third hatch goes down for InControl again today. More Zerglings in production. Gas income not super healthy for InControl. He is expired. He's depleted in his main. He's got about 300 gas in his natural. Once that runs out and he's depleted, he's getting a tiny bit of gas per trip, not nearly as much as he was during the original when he was harvesting from it earlier. These Zerglings cannot go in here. They can't. Why are they going in here? Guys, why are they going in here? That's suicide. All right, well, 16 kill Archon, hero of the day. The mutas cannot engage with 3 Archons. There's not enough. There's not enough. Look at the control on these mutas, though. Just trying to pick off probes as best he can. It's 20-17 workers, and Draco has taken the lead again in worker count. This game, I don't know who's going to win this. We're 24 minutes in. It's looking like Draco's going to win this, although he's bringing all the boys now. He's bringing the lurkers. He's bringing the Zerglings. Mutas cannot carelessly just throw away their lives here. Scourge either, actually. Scourge can't be doing that. Look at these Lings, though. Just problematic is what they are. What is that storm? I don't know what that was. That was an accidental storm, I guess. Got all 3 of those lurkers. Storm Archon here is gonna be the order of the day right now for Draco. That is how you beat Zerg. Without Dark Swarm, without Plague, it's gonna be a hard time, and this is why we don't see Mass Muta versus Protoss, even without the Corsairs. Mutas die so quickly to things like Storm and like Archons. Pulling back. Draco trying to make sure this base stays alive. He's not even really trying to mine from his natural base at all. The mutas are like, enough of this Templar garbage. Let's kill that High Templar archives. So we can't get... Wow, that splash killed that probe. So we can't get any more Archons. We can't get any more anything. Any more High Templar either. Look at how fast these Lings die. Look at how fast these Lings die. Did you see? Did you see 21 kills on this Archon? Hero of Ire. Or Shakuris. Or whatever. We'll call him a Hero of Ire. It's a title is what it is. Not enough resources actually to throw down a hatch here. Now he does. $164 supply, and Draco is in a pretty good position. Here's our engagement, though. Zerglings jumping on top of these Dragoons, doing pretty well for themselves. Dead now. Lurkers have +1 armor, and that's it. Good game out of InControl, and InControl drops it. Draco is your winner in 26 minutes and 9 seconds. InControl, smiley face. Good game to end it. What a good sport. What a good sport he is. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful game. Oh, all right. Wow. Hit that like button if you enjoyed that game. It is getting an epic tag. This is like low econ, 26-minute crazy stuff, 24 probes remaining for the winning player at 26 minutes. That was awesome. That was some awesome Mutalist control. That was an awesome response from Draco. Getting those upgrades as Protoss needs to do, and it's so effective and so worth it when you make it happen. 21 kill Archon, again, hero of Ire. Third base never got replanted from InControl. His fourth base was up for some time, but then it died. I mean, how many probes died in this game? We're up to 60 at least. So like 40 probes, if not more, ended up getting killed here. But at the end of the day, you don't need Corsairs to deal with Mass Mutalisk. Nah, you just need Dragoons, you need Archons, you need Storm. You can do just fine, these poor little Zerglings. Poor little Zerglings down here, not having a good day at all. You can't see their upgrades because once a player leaves, it sets the player who left upgrades to 0-0, which is dumb, but whatever. Which is doom. But whatever. An 18 kill Archon there too. Like, Archon is such a good idea here against this particular composition. I love the yellow spinny things. Good. Really good. So Draco, like, hats off for not panicking, dude. He's got mutas flying over every one of his bases, murdering his economy, And he just doesn't panic. He just brings Archons over, chases the mutas away, comes down to kill this third base every once in a while, defends this base as much as he can. And it was a back and forth slugfest at its best. At its best. All right. Well, that was an exciting game and an epic game. 152,000 for Draco. 100. Wow. 100. Wow. I am tired, you guys. 137,000 for InControl. 330 Zerg units killed. 419 produced. And races, Man, resources are pretty even here. Draco mined a little bit less. InControl mined a little bit more of gas here. Draco actually mined more minerals. InControl spent a little bit more, but when the units tab looks like this, then you need a little bit more than that InControl. So InControl falls for the first time on this channel, which leads me to believe that he is not immortal, as you may think. So, all right, good stuff here. Going to be from me today, and that's going to be it. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.